The Amazing Race can bring out the best in people, but also the worst. This $1 million trek around the world is extremely stressful and as a result reveals some players' villainous tendencies. Villains tend to work best when we generally can't stand to see them on our screens for various reasons, and definitely when they get their comeuppance, which many on this list do. The worst are when they ruin a season, or even worse than that, are just not fun in any capacity. I asked you all on my community tab here on YouTube which villains you hated, and I compiled the data to create this chronological list. I also asked the same question on the Amazing Race Reddit before the mods banned the topic without any rhyme or reason since it didn't break any of the rules, so you know this topic is spicy. Here are the Amazing Race fandom's most hated villains. Comment below if there's someone I missed who should be in a future video. Now at that, number 1. Season 2 did not feature the first villainous team on the show. No, that honor goes to the Guidos of Season 1. However, Season 2 featured the first villainous team that pretty much no one likes, as neither Tara nor Will are likable.
You're yelling at me and I can't.
Because you're stupid.
Will, I'm not stupid, but I can't see the road and read the map at the same time.
They're cast on this season as a separated couple. Yes, their relationship already failed and they still chose to do this race together. And I don't mean separated as in they dated and broke up. No, I mean separated as in they're in the process of getting divorced. The whole race. Will is annoying to no end and he constantly thinks Tara and him might have a chance to rekindle their relationship until Tara openly flirts with Alex of the Chris and Alex team. It is a train wreck in motion all season as they can't communicate very well and are constantly frustrated with each other. And at some point, Tara flips a switch and starts berating Will for every little thing. It's wild that they win 3 legs and end up in the finale against Chris and Alex, the guy Tara had been flirting with. When...
Why don't you just get some confidence?
Dude, you know you're gonna beat us in a foot race.
I don't... Here, run your ass off. Run your heart out. It means everything. This is it. Don't sit here and... All right, then let's not race. Who's quitting now?
I'm not quitting. I'm gonna run.
Go.
They're gonna beat us in a foot race.
No, they're not. You know what? I tried my best. And
You're stupid, though.
Go. Let's go. Come on.
Dude, I can't make it that far. I can't do it, Will. They just passed me.
Waiting for you to...
This isn't my fault, Mr. Taking us down the wrong way.
Well, at least they got their comeuppance and lost in an epic fashion, and of course, they got divorced after the season ended. Number 2. How does one talk about Flo and Zach of Season 3 without stirring up some anger? It is nigh impossible. Unlike Tara and Will, Flo and Zach aren't actually a bad team. I mean, Zach's great. He does 10 of the 11 roadblocks, is calm at every turn, and single-handedly carries their team at every point. This man ran the race by himself with a Flo-sized weight around his body. Flo needs help. She is constantly nagging, complaining, breaking down, and threatening to quit.
Which way to go?
Come on, Flo. We made it so far. We should try and be happy about it.
I'm done being happy about it. This is misery. I'm not doing this. I'm not.
Why not?
Because it's torture.
No, seriously, she threatens to quit at least 3 times, and this is towards the end of the race too. They do pretty well on paper despite finishing in last on 2 separate non-elimination legs, but good or bad, Flo is having a meltdown, and Zach is an angel to put up with her all season.
Let me hold on to your boat. You know I won't be able to get there by myself.
Look, just try paddling once on the left, and now once on the right.
You need to help me. I can't do it. I'm not even tall enough to do this. I can't.
We'll just take it this pace. Don't worry about the speed. Come on. We can do this.
I want out of this game. Out. I can't. I can't.
Of course you can.
My arms are so tired.
What are we going to do when we get off the boats?
I'm going to quit this stupid game. I can't do it. Get me out of here. I want to go.
Imagine dealing with that for 13 legs, 24/7. I could not be as patient as Zach by any stretch, and yet Flo by herself easily landed this whole team on this list, as anytime anyone mentions them, it's because of Flo. But get this, unlike Tara and Will, they win. That's right, yeah. Zach may be the only person in Amazing Race history to basically get a solo victory on the show. It kind of taints the overall season, but boy, is it fascinating to watch Zach Solo win. By the way, thanks for watching, commenting, and subscribing. Did you know that all paid patrons pick what videos I make? For only a few bucks a month on Patreon, you can pick what I make, like this one, get exclusive videos, and see them all early. So come on over to Patreon, link in the description, to support Once Upon an Island and get to have a say in what I make. Thank you for your support. Number 3, Charlotte and Myrna of season 5 are somehow the biggest villains of their season, and that is saying a lot considering Colin and Christy 1.0 are here as well. Charlotte and Myrna features the first team with a little person on it, and do they care? No. In a modern season, this would give them a sympathetic edit. That is not the case in either of the seasons they're on. They are cutthroat, aggressive, and will do whatever it takes to get an advantage, all while using fake accents and saying whatever they think without any regards as to how it makes others feel. They yell at each other like 24/7, complain constantly, and yet these cousins are a match made in heaven, as they are a perfect fit and didn't at all mind being villains any chance they could.
I'm paying a taxi driver all the money I have. If you think you're gonna use me, I don't think so.
Myrna, if he tells you how to get there, we'll listen and we can get there together.
I mean, are you willing to split the fee since you're following us?
Split the fee. What would you like to do? Decide.
Okay, chill out a second. You want to just drive and ask someone else? Let's go. Out of control.
Freeloaders, I'm not helping them.
Beauty is sometimes skin deep. It's easy to make yourself beautiful with plastic surgery, but to have a pure heart and to have morals is not easy to make up.
Oh my God, it's Myrna and Smyrna! We're in it!
What do you want? Tell us what do you want from me? Here, $20 to eat food, I give you. I don't eat tomorrow. Muchas gracias, amigo.
It's John and Mina.
The last team just passed. We're done. The girls stopped, but they just wanted to use us. I don't like the way they play. What planet do you come from?
What a ballsy move, and it is 100% in character too, and yet they finish in next to last dislike because of it. Great job, guys. The only thing Myrna and Smyrna have going for them that some people love is they bring constant drama. It's also the same reason so many of you brought them up when I asked for the biggest villains of the show. Number 4, season 6 brings us the team everyone and their mother immediately thought of when I asked for Amazing Race villains, Jonathan and Victoria. Now, Jonathan would explode at every chance he could, threaten divorce, be sexist, and yell about everything. He would tell Victoria to shut up all the time and almost look like he was about to hit her multiple times. There was no fun to be had here, unlike with Charlotte and Myrna, as everything seemed to be borderline abusive.
There's a team, Victoria! Move it!
What?
There's a team!
Why can't you just help me one time? One time was something.
If another team beats us, Victoria, I'm gonna lose it.
Then lose it, okay, John?
I'm gonna lose it on you because you can't get it right on the ground! Let's go. Victoria, I can't do it!
That is so much heavier than yours.
Leave it here.
No, they're gonna take it! John!
Why did you pick up my bag? Why?
Freddie and Kendra, you're team number 1.
How could you stop and pick up my bag? How could you do it? How could you do that?
John, stop it! Why couldn't you just carry it yourself?
I threw it for a reason. You didn't have to stop and pick it up.
It wasn't gonna be there when we got
what?
back.
That's my bag. I should have been able to do that.
Yes, Jonathan shoved Victoria. It's the shove that no one forgot after watching this season. Believe it or not, they went on Fear Factor together where Victoria punches Fair Play. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? And they go on Dr. Phil to try and work out their issues. They have a kid and they still get divorced. What a mess. Any scene with them in season 6 of The Amazing Race is wildly uncomfortable. Number 5, season 7 and 11 of The Amazing Race introduced a new form of chaos with Boston Rob and Amber. High off of winning Survivor and getting engaged, Boston Rob is in his peak cockiness phase as he realizes he is on a show that doesn't penalize you for how you treat other teams. Oh, they can't vote you off or use any twist to really hurt you, so Boston Rob kind of just runs loose, terrorizing the other teams, having locals in other countries recognize him and Amber so they help him, but no one else, paying bus drivers to only open the doors for him and not other teams, and even getting Amber to mafia-style tell an airport employee to not help others, which Boston Rob does all season. I mean, he did so much more than I'm saying here, but seeing him get Amber to do it is a whole other beast, and even convincing other teams to quit challenges to help him win.
In this roadblock, that person has to eat a traditional Argentine meal consisting of cow rib, pork sausage, blood sausage, cow intestine, cow udder, an entire kidney, and part of a cow's saliva gland. Each person's portion weighs 4 pounds. When they're finished eating, they'll get their next clue.
What happens if I can't finish?
What happens if you can't? Penalty.
I had to come up with a plan, and it had to be quick. I didn't want to eat it, but I still wanted to stay in the race. When you quit a task in the Amazing Race, you have only one choice, and that's to take a 4-hour penalty from the time that the next team arrives at the task.
What?
Thank you.
Gracias.
I quit. I'm done. After 4 hours, we can leave here and we get the clue. What I would have to do in order to pull this off is to make other teams realize that there is no way they would be able to complete the task. Listen, she's not gonna do it. I just quit. You're not gonna finish.
I gotta quit eating this.
Dina, give it to your guy.
See, the beauty of the plan is that it was foolproof. As soon as I hooked Ray and Dina, I was guaranteed not to be eliminated. Guaranteed.
I love it. Some people hate it. That's why they landed on this list, but they bring it every leg of the race as they go on to win 7 legs in total between both seasons they play on and get totally screwed on the final leg of season 7. Boston Rob and Amber are still married to this day with 4 kids. Number 6. The Weaver family of season 8 played on the show's one and only family edition, and it is only 1 year after their father died on a racetrack, tragically. So what does the show do this season? Well, of course, they send them to a racetrack for a task. Why not? In fact, they do it twice this season. Their mother also gets run over by a cart on the show, and these children clearly have emotional trauma that needs some serious attention. So, how does something this sympathetic land them in a video about villains? Well,
I hate them.
I think they're just playing mind games.
They're pissing me off.
They're silent but deadly. They're SPD.
At one point, the Weaver family broke down, snapped, like lost it. They just went nuts.
Somebody yelled at us.
Oh my God!
The cleaners yelled at us.
You guys are evil.
I hope those boobs cost a lot.
Did you never wear a
natural one. They're in front of a garbage truck. They're in front of a garbage truck.
Retard.
A squirrel. You just didn't know it, retard.
They're all ganged up against us.
They are.
yeah, they're like that all season long. They just mock others, even asking a woman how much her boobs cost. The works. It's 24/7 with them. You should have sympathy for them, but instead every scene with them, you just shake your head and wonder why. Why are they like this? Number 7. Surprisingly, no big villains were mentioned by you all from seasons 9 through 19, so we jump to seasons 20 and 24, and technically 31 as well, where Rachel and Brendan from Big Brother play, and like Rob and Amber, they are cutthroat, but unlike Rob and Amber, Rachel complains constantly. Brendan has to carry her like Zach carried Flo when it comes to her emotional issues, but despite Rachel's constant breakdowns and bickering, her and Brendan are still married to this day, and the show wants her back so badly that they don't even care about Brendan, as Rachel gets to compete a 3rd time on season 31 with her sister Alyssa. Now Rachel and Brendan are still married to this day with multiple kids, so this worked out for them. Yeah. Number 8. The Survivor alumni sure know how to make this list, as Natalie and Nadia of season 21 are ruthless, but hold up, this season takes place before their time in Survivor, despite their gameplay definitely being better suited for that show. The 20s bicker and argue like Charla and Myrna, but still succeed and do not care about what anyone else thinks or feels at any point in time. It's ruthless, and even more so when they take the U-turn twist that has been used in a very straightforward fashion for, 8 seasons now approximately, and convince other teams to use the U-turn to guarantee a cutthroat elimination of a dominant team, all while keeping their hands clean. Yeah, they come up with this diabolical plan and basically force other teams to do it for them. It's amazing, truly. But what has cemented them as villains in everyone's mind is when
I didn't even see the general area.
Hey, which one of y'all did that?
I was getting up on the computer and I walked over and I saw a wad of American dollar bills. I picked it up and I was like, oh, whose money is this? I just snatched Nadi's hand and I push it down and I'm like, shut the hell up.
You better go give it back to them.
Get some food. Shut up. Bye guys.
We have a major problem here. Damn, I've never lost a freaking dime in my life.
How much of it is?
$100. I have a zippered pocket that I keep the money in, and so the zipper was open. All I could think of is that it fell out while I was in the cab.
Every team gets a limited amount of money, so this is devastating, and at the same time, amazing gameplay. Number 9. Blair! Not one person mentioned this team, so I'm adding them in with the power I wield. Haley and Blair of season 26 are a blind date team, and they didn't know about each other before the season began, and the show paired them as a blind date couple because they both work in the medical field and they're blonde. Amazing. Perfect. I'm sure this is gonna work out wonderfully. Blair is horrible at communication, as he just simply like doesn't do it. Instead, he says nothing a lot. I mean, naturally as a person, but even more so because his partner Haley screams his ear off and says, "Blair, listen to me!" It's a match made in not heaven.
How do we leave from this?
That's where the guy said to go.
And I asked you if that was right. I asked you, I said, are you sure that's the way we go? Yeah, that's where we're going. This is the exact street that I said. This is exactly what I said.
What did you say? Just keep going until you hit the road with the H.
There's a street with an H right here. Look at the sign, Blair.
No.
I'm so angry right now because I said this was it and you were like, no, it's not. We're right past it. I'm always right and you never listen.
Blair! Like Rob and Amber along with Natalie and Nadia, I have a soft spot for this team. I really like them. They carry the season in terms of entertainment, but I cannot deny that they are a villain team through and through. Oh, and no, they don't get married. In fact, they don't even date after the show. What a shocker. Number 10. I am so glad you all said Will and James for season 32 because I agree wholeheartedly. And undoubtedly, they will jump into to defend themselves as they do anytime someone bashes season 32. But Will and James single-handedly wrecked a season of the show and won. It's terrible. Not Jonathan and Victoria terrible, to be clear, where you're uncomfortable watching them. More like they just suck the fun out of everything, as they make an alliance pretty early on in the show, and they kind of just like stomp out all the other teams, and it's very predictable. Is it smart? Yeah. Is it against the spirit of the show and makes everything utterly predictable and boring? Yes. Did they spoil that they won the show before it aired on social media? Would I ask that question if the answer was no? Will and James are not solely responsible for the season being a disaster, but they certainly are the largest part, especially since they win in such anticlimactic fashion. At least Tara and Will had the common decency to lose in a last-second foot race. So which villain in Amazing Race history is your favorite? Comment below and let me know. And let me know who should be included in a future edition of this video. Anyways, thanks for watching, and doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. I'll see you all next time.